Hi there, and welcome to the Call of Cinema. I am Aaron, and my God, it is freaking warm here today. Uh, kind of, kind of don't mind waiting. Don't mind fall. I'm good for fall coming right now. So I have literally just gotten off of work and came right here. Actually, off long enough to make my cup of tea, which I regularly do. Because today we talk Severin and we talk Vinegar Syndrome. Obviously, Severin's site is down, and I went to take some site pics the night before, but I was actually ended up, it was Father's Day, ended up being too busy, so I did not get a lot of that done. Hey there, Matt. Hey there, Wheels. So what I ended up doing was we're going to looking at sale. There's a lot of announcements. Severin have come out. They've announced the clearance items. Vinegar Syndrome made a huge announcement, and I was right. I called it. Hey there, Dave. And I want to say thank you to everybody that actually reached out to me after Vinegar Syndrome made their announcement and said to me, you called that one. Hey there, Neuroleptic. Hey there, Antoine. So what exactly was I right about? Well, let's see. This right here. When Severin announced that they were doing the new Blood for Dracula, I said that I was 99% sure that Vinegar Syndrome would be putting out Flesh for Frankenstein, since November was their big 3D release that was coming out. It was going to be a very monumental 3D release. Some people wondered, like, was there anything else could be monumental? Could it be something else? And at the time I said, I always go by the clues. So for me, that's the thing. I'll always go by the clues to see exactly. Hey there, Franco. Welcome, man. To see what it'll be. And the clues did not steer me wrong. Actually, right after Severin announced Blood for Dracula, yes, I do. Do I think it'll be included for subscribers? Yes, I think, if I'm correct, Neuroleptic, according to the clues, that should be part of the Black Friday package. So, like, it doesn't fit as a VSA. Obviously, it doesn't fit as a VSU. So that's going to be the Black Friday package. So right after the Severin announced Blood for Dracula, I tweeted Justin and I said, well, if Severin are putting out Blood for Dracula, that means that Vinegar Syndrome's 3D title is ... And he said, still a surprise. Well, 'tis a surprise no more, because now we know. I think at the point that it was, it started to go around, and like people started to say, okay, maybe it's not going to be Flesh for Frankenstein. Some people are saying, well, maybe it's a Rottweiler, or maybe it's this film or that film. And the hype for Blood for Dracula was so big. And I know Justin is moving over to work in a new department, a new division. He's kind of got a promotion, actually. So congratulations to Justin Liberty, because he's going to be working a lot getting the partner labels, like a new partner labels brought into to Vinegar Syndrome as well. Yep. So subscribe if you're a halfway subscriber, Neuroleptic. Like if you started like when I did, or if you're a full subscriber, then you're going to get the Black Friday package. The only thing you don't get, see, are VSAs, VSUs, or partner labels. So these aren't partner label. This wouldn't be a partner label or a VSA or a VSU. So you get the whole thing. Master Chaos, you are the only person, by the way, that did not contact me and say that I called it. Putting it out there right now, just saying it. Everybody else is super nice. Is Flesh better than Dracula? It depends. My dad goes back and forth. My dad saw both of these in theater. I saw them retro, a few years later. My dad would have saw them when they initially went in theater. And we spoke today. And my dad has always been big on Flesh for Frankenstein. It's always been like one of his favorites out of the two. But he recently rewatched Blood for Dracula, and he said that he'd forgotten how good it was. Hey there, Ice. Like he forgot exactly. Hey there, Dagger Man. He forgot how good Blood for Dracula was, and he really wants to get it now. So yeah, if my dad says this, it's a great title, and my dad is like way pickier than me. Hey there, Dead Pit. Welcome, man. Oh, it's got my money already. I already got that's why I'm so glad now that I got the subscriber. I'll soldier through Cardona to get to Flesh for Frankenstein gladly. This is the title that means a lot to me. I know it's a bit of a crazy art house, film. Hey there, welcome, Jason. But it's one that's fun. Udo Kier is really good in both these roles. I particularly like Blood for Dracula, though I do also I love them both. Like, here's the thing, I like both of these films. And they're ones that I've seen. They're ones that I still remember well. I remember Udo Kier's like sick Dracula because the poor dude just can't get a virgin bride. he just can't get a virgin bride, and it's really good. And his Frankenstein is incredible too. He's just puts this weird kind of quirky type role in there, and of course we have Joe D'Alessandro, who's a favorite when it comes to when it comes to when it comes to Paul Marcy. So we'll this is going to be good. Now we've got announcements as well on what the clearance items are going to be. So we know that. So we'll go to that right away. And we'll go through things that like the way that I want to go through things. If you're here, by the way, I guess I got to do the YouTube stuff. Like, share, subscribe. I have a Patreon if you want to join into that. But I also have, you see that little link? That's a donation link. If you can help out with donation during this week, it helps it with the Severin sale, and you can help me choose what I review first. All right. So there is a list of items that are on clearance going to be later on this week. So items that are listed, and when they say clearance, their clearance is really cheap. So you're not talking about like $10 clearance or anything. Usually it's like $5 or $6 clearance items we're talking about here, sometimes under. So the Changeling Ball is going to be on clearance. The Dark Amulet enamel pin from Dark Waters, that's going to be on clearance. The Horror Party Beach Monster enamel pin. Me and Master Cass were talking about Emmanuel last night, actually. That's why it's stuck in my head. Enamel pin. The poster for Threads is going to be on sale. The Zombie 3 t-shirt is going to be on sale. The Death Warmed Up t-shirt, which I do have here somewhere, actually, is going to be on sale, as is the Death Warmed Up art print. The St. Bernard t-shirt is going to be on sale. I would say between $5 to $6 for... actually, I'm going to get to the Franco special features as well. I like the... I'd say, yeah, probably around 50 cents. I wouldn't expect it to be much more than that, to be honest with you, Dead Pit. Because it's going to be... I know that Jose does not like the the Franco covers. I do like him a bit better than he does, actually. But that's why we would make a great Cisco neighbor. The Uncanny Art Print 1 and 2 are going to be on sale. The enamel pins for Gwendolyn, the hero, and the villain one are both going to be on sale. The Intervision ornament, that actually interests me. That's going to be on sale. Satan's Saddest patch, which of course I got that. It's going to be on sale. Carnival Magic t-shirt will be on sale, and I love that. It's a special time. And the Paranoia t-shirt. So if you're picking up the Umberto Lenzi Carol Baker box set, pick up the t-shirt. You're really going to want it. Oh, yeah. Dead Pit. The last time that I agree with you on House of Last Women. I do find that one a bit messier, but I do kind of like the cover to Black Boots Leather Whip a bit more than you do. But Paranoia, I recommend if you're going to get the Umberto Lenzi thing, then get the Paranoia one. Excellent news, Logan. Oh yeah, it's gorgeous, and as you know, it's super soft too. That t-shirt is. The wax mask keychain, which is kind of like the hand, like the what's it called, the robotic hand keychain. That's actually a cool one. That's going to be on sale. If you want to get the fangs, because you're getting blood for Dracula, you can get the Adams and blood and flesh fangs, the plastic fangs. What am I doing today on the stream? Well, we're talking about Severin. We're talking about the Vinegar Cinema announcement today. That's a good possibility, actually. We just got to choose the right titles, man. I would definitely be down with that, man. People have to follow our channel from one to the other. So there is Strange Vice and Mrs. Ward photocomic, Horror Spider Arnhem photocomic, and So Sweet So Perverse photocomics. Those are running at $4 regular. I expect these to be at like maybe $1 or $2 for the clearance sale. This, or maybe even cheaper. It's going to be Satan Status T-shirt. Again, I expect that to be around $5. Same with Vi. I don't expect that to be anything over $5 or $6. If it's good, might hit 6 because it's a Paul Bear press, but not quite sure. And the peanut butter solution poster is definitely, hey there, Griff, welcome, man. Definitely going to be on sale as well. So we know that all these items here are going to be part of the clearance. So all in all, we got, let's just say 1, 2, 3, at least 3 enamel pins. No, 4, at least 4 enamel pins. And at least 5 t-shirts. And from the last sale, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure that the shirts cost $5 to $6 to pick up. So yeah, you can't go wrong with that. Now let's look into for those that have not yet checked out my Stepfather reviewed rank video. Hey there, John, welcome, man. Shame on you. Because I spent time on it. It's good. But also the Stepfather video, for those that haven't seen it, actually ties into the Severin sale. And if you're wondering how the Stepfather video ties into the Severin sale, then you have not seen that video. If you have seen the video, then you know that this here film that I know very little about, Retribution, is by Guy Magar. And Guy Magar, for those that are unaware, is the writer and director of Stepfather 3. Hey there, John. Welcome, man. So we got Retribution. I wonder why this one is going to be so pricey. Now, I was watching like Master Cass's video earlier on today, and because he did a really good video. So if you haven't checked it out yet, make sure you check it out, please. Because he went over some of the features and stuff. He looked at some stuff that I'm going to look at. Hey there, Disconnected. Welcome, man. So yes, if anybody watched the Stepfather video I did yesterday, then you know that Guy Magar is the director and writer of Retribution. And this one here is pricier. We're going to look at the prices and stuff in a minute. I always go through these with you guys. And we have gotten the features for Retribution and the Gunman one as well. So special features for Retribution. It's a pretty big loaded disc, actually. So I can only imagine what's going to be loaded on that one that we don't know. It's a fun series, and you may be surprised, John, in the ratings that I gave them, the ranking that I gave them. I was a bit surprised myself, actually. So theatrical cut version plus extended Dutch video release version, audio commentary with co-writer director Guy Magar, writing wrongs interview with co-writer Lee Wasserman. Oh, Lee Wasserman co-wrote this. Shock therapy interview with actress Leslie Wing, Angel's Heart interview with actress Suzanne Snyder, Santa Maria, Mother of God, Help Me interview with actor Mike Muscat, Selling the Score interview with soundtrack composer Alan Howarth, and who's a fantastic freaking composer, by the way. Visions of Vengeance interview with special effects artist John Eggett, The Art of Getting Even interview with artist Barry Fair, Living in Oblivion interview with production designer Rob Wilson King, Bingo student short by Guy Magar with optional director commentary, trailer stills and poster gallery, and a CD soundtrack. So pretty great features on that. For the Gunman one, we get an audio commentary with writer-director Mark Savage, an archival making of featurette, and alternate opening sequence. So Not too bad for like a release that's basically um, going to be. Yeah, I got a feeling Retribution maybe something better than I'm thinking. 'Cause I did not mind Stepfather 3. Like, I went back and rewatched the films before I made the video yesterday, although, like, I could barely remember part 2, and I like part 2. Like, Retribution is looking good, man. Like, what I'm trying to do, hence the donation link down below for those that would like to avail of that. I'm trying to, if I can get enough, then I'm going to try to, if I can get enough donations this week, I'm going to order the Marauder package and try to review everything. So that's my goal. That's my goal for this week. We'll see how it goes. It hasn't gone well so far. All right. So for special features for House of Lost Women, we get In the Land of Franco Part 6. Now, these In the Land of Franco ones are done by Stephen Thrower. He goes to different areas where the films were shot. A very important thing to know about this is that this started back with a Night of Open Sex and Cries and Pleasure. So if you get Night of Open Sex, Cries and Pleasure, Bahia Blanca, and Shining Sex, along with House of Lost Women, and Black Boots, Leather Whip, you'll have all 6 parts of the In the Land of Franco featurettes that they've been doing. Murderous Passions, author Stephen Thrower, like on the film, an audio essay with and a Jess Franco State of Mind writer, Robert Monell. What's really interesting here is if you picked up Shining Sex last year, the limited edition. Now the limited edition is coming out this year as well. Hey there, Missing, welcome. Then here's an interesting thing. So Daniel J. White, for those that don't know, Daniel J. White is a composer, a musician that worked on a lot of Franco's work, and it was a fantastic, actually, composer. So Shining Sex had the very first volume of Daniel J. White in the Land of Franco, volume 1. So I knew that we'd eventually be getting a second volume of that one. I don't have Shining Sex yet, so that's the one that I still need to grab. I do need to get those CDs. This is the second volume. So this is a conclusion to the Daniel J. White in the Land of Franco CDs. So if you got Shining Sex, you're going to want to pick up House of Lost Women, because here is the second CD for the Daniel J. White 2 CD set that looks like they're putting out from Severin. As you can see, In the Land of Franco Part 5 is there, and then again, that's like a travelogue. Stephen Thrower goes around like to the different locations. We get a Murderous Passions, again, author Stephen Thrower on Black Boots, Leather Whip. So we get him talking on both the films, an auto commentary with Robert Monell and with Rodney Barnett from, of course, NashiCast. So it's less features, but no less interesting. And it's a good way to finish up these series. Hey there, Mike. It's a good way to finish up these series of Franco films. Where they go from, I'm not sure how many more Franco films he got, but this series, this era of Franco has been, our stuff that never came out before, or hasn't been documented as well. So it's really great to see these Franco ones come out finally and have like the kind of like the scholarly analysis study that they have, because they deserve it. I mean, like a lot of these, like Franco can be cheesy and stuff like that, but when Franco was serious, when Franco's films like went under the skin, hey there, Matthew, then it really did go under. Like Franco's one of those rare directors that that his films truly spoke for him. Like a lot, there's a lot of directors that'll get personal, that'll let like their life bleed into their art. But with Franco, it's not always as apparent. But when you know a bit about Franco and you start to watch some of these films, especially things like Bahia Blanca. So guys, if you haven't listed Bahia Blanca as one of the convention titles, if they do, and you have not yet picked it up, then I'm going to say it right now. Bahia Blanca is different than any Franco film in much the same way that House of Lost Women is different than any film that Franco ever put out, like before and previous. If there was ever a double feature that could be put together, Bahia Blanca and House of Lost Women are two of Franco's titles that would deserve a double feature, and they make sense. They make more sense than some films do. How many more do I think they have left of the Franco films? Well, there's a hey there, Joel. There's a few. Like Franco did a lot of films, and finding them and getting them in the right condition is the issue, and the rights. Bahia Blanca is out of print. Like I have Bahia Blanca right here. It was the one that I grabbed. Like that was so important to me, Antoine, when I grabbed it, that I was getting a gift for my dad around that time, and my dad's a huge Francophile too, huge Franco fan. So I there was Shining Sex, which had a CD and a slipcover, and there's Bahia Blanca, which had like some nice features on it, but didn't have a slipcover, didn't have a CD. And I'm like, Dad, this is the one you need. Barbara Girls. Now, didn't Barbara Dolls does not have like not a good release, but like a release from like is it Full Moon? Frank, did Full Moon put that out? Not quite 900,000, but he did a lot. No Way Home is coming back. That was supposed to be. Well, I think the way it is that these are convention titles. If conventions were going on like regular, and eventually they will be. So this may be our last time to actually avail of convention titles, because once conventions start going back on again, they have no reason to put those back in to the sale system. So I don't think it's like a gimmick thing where it's gonna be like, oh, it's every sale we're gonna see it. I think more when conventions start to take head again, and then they become more of a thing, we're going to see less and less of these convention titles come out. Oh yeah, I agree. We do need a better release, man, because it is going to be something that. Hey there, Joe Stradamus. Welcome. I watched the trailer to Retribution last night after checking out the Stepfather 3 with Robert Whiteman, and it's interesting. I mean, like, it's really interesting. I kind of like this artwork too. It's very, very much of its time. Full Moon Franco's, unfortunately, from what I've heard, Antoine, the quality isn't the best. Now, I don't own them, so I don't go by me. But if anybody has them, they can verify if I'm wrong or not. But I'd heard that the quality was okay. It was okay, but it wasn't great, because they put out a few. I think they put out 10. A box set of Jess Franco. Not really a box set. You put 10 and you put them together and like puts across the Jess Franco face. And I eventually, I will pick them up down the road when I can. Make Room for Dad. That is a good one. The late Jonathan Brandis, man. And we do need a Stepfather box set. How come Bahia was limited? A lot of times I think it has to do with rights issues. Like I spoke to my dad earlier on today, and he asked about Blood for Dracula, and he asked me if they were going to put out a Blu-ray. Why they didn't do just a Blu-ray copy of Blood for Dracula and a 4K copy, and maybe they will. But normally, when it comes to a title like this, and obviously I have no knowledge on the inside. I just got to go by guesstimation, and from what I think is that Paul Morrissey, my dad is super cool. Paul Morrissey was not the easiest person always to work with. Thank you, John. But my favorite Franco film is Bahia Blanca, actually. I know that's not a lot of people will go for Virgin Among the Living Dead. Some people will go, Lorne the Exorcist. Other people will choose like Vampire Lesbos or She Killed in Ecstasy, which I really do like. But my favorite is just because the personal aspect of it. I do like Bahia Blanca. It is my personal favorite. Yeah, Morrissey was a difficult person, I think, to work with, but I think his art mattered a lot to Morrissey. I don't think if the had not been putting these things out in 4K, I don't think Morrissey would have given the titles up for release. But right now, Blood for Dracula and Flesh for Frankenstein are coming out in the highest possible way that they can, and 4K means as close to theater look as it can possibly be. Because remember, guys, 4K is not meant to make it look shinier. It's not meant to make it look brighter. It's meant to make it look as close to a theatrical release as possible, and the sound as close to a theatrical release as possible. Those are the two important things. Dip it. That's not a bad idea. Oh, I'm sure people had to pay and pay. I don't think he gave away for anything really cheap, but I think that Severin and and Vinegar Stone probably worked together on this one. There probably had to be you know, to say this was coming in the best possible quality, which is, of course, the is 4K. I think the 4K aspect of this, the fact that it's coming out in 4K, was a major reason for him finally saying, you know what, okay, we'll do it. You can bring up the titles. Let's see if I can find any other pictures here. Because it is like, at the end of the day, they did a looks like a gorgeous job being done on those films. So we can see the alternate artwork for Black Boots, Leather Whip, and there's the alternate artwork for House of Lost Women, which isn't bad. I mean, it's a very Euro pastiche to it. Have you ever seen a film called Mirage? Actually, that sounds really familiar. And yeah, so I think I have actually. 99 Women, the last ones that had the rights for that one, I think, John, was Blue Underground. So we could probably, if they still had the rights to it, I'm sure Lustig will probably put it out with a 4K release. So I'd say 99 Women is going to definitely get a, if Lustig sells the rights, it'll get a 4K release. When did I first see Bahia Blanca? On a very crappy VHS tape years ago, and during the VHS era, and it was a very crappy quality. I don't think it sounds elite. I think some people think, well, it's 4K, and maybe like when 4K started, it would have sounded more elitist. So, well, 4K can make this movie shine. But we're at a point now, disconnected, where 4K is pretty much the norm. Like if you go to your local Walmart, almost every TV that's there, even the cheaper TVs, are 4K resolution televisions. There's a 1080p for the longest time was slowly became like the norm. I think 4K is going to be the norm, especially with Xbox and PS5. Particularly Xbox is doing particularly well this generation. Do I think Blue Underground would do a 4K of Uncle Sam? Well, it is a Lustig film, and they got the rights to it. So yes, yes, I do. I think Lustig is extremely big on 4K. So his thing is right now, rather than spending a bunch of money on films that he's going to get for a limited period of time, what Lustig is doing is he's taking the films that he's gotten like rights to, and like that he know. Hey there, Shadow. He's got rights to, and that he knows he's going to have rights to for quite a while, and he is giving them the 4K treatment. He's taken through all those. Now, some people wonder, why isn't he doing something new? Well, right now it's at a time and a place where there's streaming, and there's a lot of different boutique labels that are coming in and out of the system. So people get the rights to films, but to get the rights to films now, they pay more and they get them for a shorter period of time. Just look at like Vinegar Syndrome and Rad. Vinegar Syndrome was pretty much over the barrel for it with Rad, but it paid off in dividends because Rad sold extremely well. It got new eyes in Vinegar Syndrome, and although it may have went to other places afterwards, it worked well. Like it's some of the best money they could spend. Yeah, Blue on Green is definitely setting the bar high when it comes to this. The Doc and the Rest, that does a good explanation. We explain how the S rating came in. I love that set, by the way. They do. I think they do need the Maniac Cop sequence in 4K because I think Maniac Cop 2 is you don't stone me here, is the best of the Maniac Cop films, and Maniac Cop 3 is not as good, but it's underrated. The Because its subplot storylines are actually better than the actual Maniac Cop storyline. Maniac Cop show is that's in pre-production. I didn't know. I thought it was kind of shelved for a while, but I'm glad to know that. But still buy DVDs at place like Walmart. DVDs are still the most accessible form of physical media right now. A lot of people it's not just like casually they'll buy it. It's more inexpensive. A lot DVDs are readily accessible, and not just the DVD, but like your DVD. There's still some computers that have DVD drives in them less and less, more daily, and a lot of people have setups in their cars so they can watch DVDs on the go, or they got a cabin and it's cheap and inexpensive to grab a few $5 DVDs at your local Walmart or your Target or whatever, and just bring them to a cabin with you. So they still sell really well. Hey there, Craig. Welcome, man. You kindly caught me live, eh? Severin should copy Vinegar Cinema subscription. I agree. I think a subscription would be a great idea. Now, the thing they've done though is they've gone all in on their bundle aspect, and they do the bundles better than anybody else. I don't think there's anybody else that can say that can proclaim to do the bundles as well as we've seen them Severin do them. I know you mean you meant Flesh for Frankenstein, but no. There is a 4K release. There's a 4K 3D release coming in November as part of the Black Friday package, and I would think that that's what it's going to be. So not a VSU, no, I don't think so. But it will be a 3D release with more bells and whistles, I say, than Silent Madness, for instance. But it'll come along with the November package. They'd already had announced that there's a 3D release coming out, a 3D 4K release coming out, but they didn't say what it was for Black Friday. It's part of the Black Friday package, but they didn't. But I guessed it. It's true. Like the Vinegar Syndrome does have an insane amount of control when it comes to the stuff that they're doing with the packages that they're putting out. They work well. Like they've really got the partner labels down extremely well. Like Vinegar Syndrome does their own encodings. Hey, YouTube, welcome. G'day. Hey, Vinny. Just John need the entire recap. Well, Flesh for Frankenstein is coming to Vinegar Syndrome, most likely in November as part of the Black Friday package. So I always follow the clues. That's what I can say. Always follow the clues. There's been a list. If you go on YouTube, on Facebook on Severin, you'll see a list of the clearance items that are coming from Severin Films. So there's a few T-shirts, the enamel pins, stuff like that. So let's break it down. I always think of like a DX when I say that. Okay, so the nuclear fallout. So we got 9 brand new titles, 8 Blu-ray titles, 1 4K UHD title. Only one title is still unknown. That one is not going to be told until the 26th, and it's going to be very limited. 2 limited mid-year sale bundles, 50% off the SRP for most Severin and Intervision titles, brand new limited edition book, new clearance merchandise. We still do not know yet. Hey there, Luke. Welcome, man. No, Retribution is Gamagar, and it's it's kind of a quirky, kind of like a thriller. It's like basically from what I think I've seen it. Like I watched the trailer last night, and one thing I got is so basically two guys kind of die at the same time. One guy's kind of I think one guy's depressed or something, thinking about committing suicide. The other guy's kind of a serial killer, and basically I their souls kind of switch bodies. If I got it correct, if I remember it correctly. They could eventually, but I think that they're going to be going more for like fantasy and like oriented titles in the VSUs, from what we've seen so far. So the one thing that we don't know is like the last two books that they put out, the last two book bundles that they released were US only. Nothing here, as I've seen so far, unless you guys have seen something that I haven't, and you can please let me know if you have, is notating the book as being a US only release. So it looks like this one could be actually coming across. Yeah, it'll definitely be a 3D. Well, the anaglyph can be done on like the Blu-ray disc too. Um, See, it's being done by 3D Film Archive. So they did the Dynasty release, and if you haven't checked that release out, it's really, really good. Anything catch me on the merch? Not a lot this time because I've already got a lot of the T-shirts. So that's the. But if you don't, honestly, I recommend the Paranoia T-shirt, like 100%. If you don't have it, the one thing here that does kind of catch my interest is probably maybe the Intervision ball. Like there's a changing ball right there. There's the Intervision one here. That's the Zombie 3 T-shirt, and that's the enamel pin for Dark Waters. So there's a few things there, but like nothing that really stands out for me because I do have a lot of their stuff, and I have bought a lot of their bundles in the past. So I've already got the Wax Mask keychain. I've already gotten like the Death Warmed Up T-shirt. Maybe a couple of photo comics if I got like any money left over. Great White, Alien 2, and Troll 3. Those are the three that have been mentioned so far. They're bad movies. Well, yeah, but they're supposed but they're wanted movies. Like Mike, that's the thing. Mr. Toad's Vampire's Kiss. Actually, I wouldn't mind that. Like as a mystery title, not a bad choice. Though I doubt it. I really do. I think if they were going to put Vampire's Kiss in, man, they would have like Severin themes. Severin is big on their themes. So if they're going to put Vampire's Kiss in, that would have been a bundle. That would have been a theme that they would have done. Though I would not be like bothered by it. One disc for the Rio 3D, one for the anaglyph, definitely. So possibly two Blu-rays and one 4K disc, 100%. At least three for sure. But they're bad movies that we love. They're good bad movies. So here we go as we hit through this again and for newcomers here. Basically, this is what's going to be excluded during the sale. Not included is Perdita Durango, Day of the Beast, A Scream in the Streets, Nosferatu in Venice, the Andy Milligan collection, Grizzly, Day of the Animals, Santa Sangre, Deep Blood, the Eurocrypt of Christopher Lee collection, Master Cass's favorite, Strike Commando and Strike Commando 2, Invaders of the Lost Gold, and all current pre-order titles. I think it is. I mean, like I liked Alien from LA, and I'm actually watching it tonight. So it's a film that was better than I was much like Master Chaos in the way that I was iffy on it, but I was wrong, and the world building in that film is, especially considering like the budget that Apapian had to work with, the world building is gorgeous. There's like some gorgeous sets within that film. And I think that's what really stands out. Like is that Albert Pujon's a man that when he's hitting it over the bases, when he's really connected, he's got a good vision. He's always got a good vision, and he's never he rarely has the money to really support the vision. But if anybody's like stretches a dollar as far as it can go and really shows on the screen, then Albert Pujon is one of those guys. Whether you're watching Alien from LA or you're watching him film like Cyborg, something along that line, then definitely one that I think you should check out. As for the Vice thing, it's a cartoon character. It pretty much is a cartoon character. It's a whole Betty Boop type of thing. If you ever watched a Betty Boop cartoon, then you'll be fine watching Alien from LA. So there you go. That's my thoughts on it. Okay, this is the limited edition convention stock. We got Blood on Saint's Cloud. We know this one's The Beast in the Cellar, Skinner with limited edition slipcover, Vibe with limited edition slipcover, Revenge of the Living Dead Girls limited edition. The limited edition for this one means that it's got a CD included. It doesn't have a slipcover, but there's a CD. Theater Bizarre Digipack. I can't remember what's in that one. I think there's a CD. No Way Home limited edition. That one, this will probably be the last time we see No Way Home on a sale. So if you want No Way Home, this is probably going to be the last time unless you're going to a convention. We have Enigma limited edition. I think it's just a slip. I'm not quite sure. Maybe there's a CD. I'm not sure. Demonia. I don't have these right now. Limited edition. Shining Sex limited edition. I do want that one because it does have the first volume of the music. And if you're getting the House of Lost Women, you're going to want to get Shining Sex limited edition as well because you're going to want both CDs. Hey there, Ellen. And there is also Castle of the Creeping Flesh with slip, Plague Town 2-disc edition, the Attic Expeditions 2-disc edition, and Tales of the Uncanny 2-disc edition. Hey there, Dennis. Welcome, man. So there's a lot of convention stock that's coming through here. That'll definitely be interesting to see. What title is that you're wondering if people like? I'm very interested in, like, am I collecting all Severin Franco titles? I would love to, Ragman. I'm trying, but eventually. We'll collect them all eventually. I got the 2 Franco Stephen Thor books behind me, and I read them pretty much religiously. So it is definitely going to be interesting to sell Warlock. I'm very stoked about the sale, and I didn't think I was going to be. I thought this was going to be a sale that I was going to pass on. And the more I see, the more I read about it, the more stuff that they announce, the more excited that I get about this sale. Now, are you sure, Master Chaos? Because you felt that way about Alley Cat. I think you changed your mind a bit. The complete Lindsay Baker Jallow collection is going to be on sale. They'll be around $60 because it's a $119 is the SRP price for that one. Revenge of the Living Dead Girl Standard Edition, Enigma, Demonia, The Beast Must Die, Shining Sex. If you want to get the Standard Edition. So Standard Editions means that basically it's the editions that don't have the slipcover, don't have the CD with it. I don't I would say, Larix, that the leftover fetus jars will probably come into the next sale. You don't like Severin Jerry. You just don't like him, man. But I don't see how you can say a title like something like Shining Sex or Cruel Giles or like at $15 is not a good price title. How can you still not like? You are so alone on that one, Master. you know, people are agreeing with me. They're loving Alley Cat. Just saying. I still think Alley Cat's better than Action USA. I'm going to say it right now. It's my favorite VSA so far. And that being said, I it's a movie that I like going in, so I'm biased. I will call it my bias at all times. Prime Day is canceled here in Canada for right now because of the whole situation going on, but they're going to do it down the road. Oh, do not get me started on that about the nudity being out of frame. People have to understand matting, and it's pretty once you figure it out, it's actually pretty easy to figure out that it was not an actual vinegar syndrome issue. Hey there, Dungeon. Shantae's okay. Like, no, I'll be honest with you, Lyrics. I got it, the Blu-ray of Shantae. You know how I got it? Because around a few sales back, it was one of the free titles that they gave away during the sale. They gave away. What was it called? It was Shopping. Was it with one called Shopping or something like that? One called Ashanti, and I think it was, I'm not sure, that Wild Geese or something like that. Yeah, but like there was an announcement, Dennis, on the Amazon page today, which is okay because I couldn't afford to get anything anyway. So that's actually kind of cool. So no, actually they won't. Like here's the thing: the good thing is, Ragman, if you look down to the website pre-sale, then at 50% off, like of the titles, like for instance, then you'll notice. And Master Chaos, I think, was probably smarter than me in that I think he screenshotted the pages, which is what I was going to do, but I didn't get the chance to do, unfortunately. But a lot of the releases there were put at $29.98, and $29.98 SRP is $15 for the for the edition. So most of them are like that, unless it's like something like maybe like that's running at a $28 price. Then you know it's $17.50. But most of these here, not sort of 20. Then a $32 price, then it's going to run $17.50. But a lot of these titles here, like Black Cat, Patrick's to Live, stuff like that, Shock Treatment. And it depends on the edition too. There may be $15 for like the regular edition, and maybe $17.50 for like the for like the slipcase limited edition, that type of thing. You need the version of All Colors in Dark and Giallo. I definitely recommend those. The Giallo set is really good, actually. Great commentary on that. The third disc with the CD of like different Giallo songs is actually really good. Great idea. I was actually going to do that. I was going to follow your lead and do that, but I had a busy day yesterday, so unfortunately I couldn't. So I'll be checking out, and as everybody should be checking out Master Katz's videos when he does that. Yes, I doubt I get a copy devolved this time around, but man, I'm just saying, Lindsay Shaw, kind of hot. So we got Fletcher for Faye, Cruel Jaws, Massacre in Dinosaur Valley, Primitive, The Black Cat, Patrick Still Lives, Shock Treatment, Theater Bizarre, Standard Edition, Plague Town, Attic Expeditions, Castle of Creeping Flesh, Family Portraits, and Tales of the Uncanny are going to be all on sale, with many of the standard editions going on sale. Beast in the Cellar is a film by Tygon. It is it's a slow moving picture, just to let you know. A little bit of a character piece with two older ladies. And there was two films were put up by Tygon from Severin. There was, of course, the one that I got, which is The Blood on Satan's Claw, and the other one they put out was Beast in the Cellar. Now there's a featurette on Tygon Films on Beast in the Cellar. So if you've gotten, for instance, the Blood on Satan's Claw, and you want to like learn more about Tygon Films and stuff like that, then you're definitely going to want to get Beast in the Cellar as well. Snuffbox, it's Matt Berry, man. Matt Berry's cool. Just be grabbing the newer. For me this time, I think I mostly will as well. Is Flesh for Frankenstein better than Blood of Dracula? A lot of people ask me this. But I mean, it depends. I think they're both good. That's the honest truth to it all, and they're good. They're both good in different ways. And they're they're both Paul Morrissey films. Both star Udo Kier. Both have like a very similar cast and stuff. Flesh for Frankenstein might have a little bit better looking girls in some of the cast and part of the cast, but they both have like some very attractive people in it. But they're both fun. They're both really fun. I would recommend, like, if you're a Vinegar Syndrome person and you've got like the subscription and you're going to be getting like Flesh for Frankenstein in your November package, then you're going to want the Blood for Dracula, because once you watch it, if it's your bag, you're going to go back and get it. I think this is going to be a good time to get it. Yeah, we don't know until Saturday what that new release is going to be. Secret title. They haven't announced it, so people are going to be going in to get these these bundles. Anybody here getting a bundle? Yeah, they're not liking this. Shame. Thank you, Master Chaos. Please like, and please, if you do donate, please use the donation link because it does help the channel a lot, and it helps me when it comes to this here sale day, because anything like done with super chat or stickers I don't get to see until next month. So, so hence the scrolling donation link down below. And let's look at the prices here. Look at each one of these and see if we can figure out why each one costs what it does. So with House of Lost Women, it's going to be $20, which means that Shining Sex also is going to be $20 as well. This is what I'm guessing, since that was also 2-disc limited edition Blu-ray with the CD soundtrack with the volume 1 of what this is volume 2 of. It's a region-free one. It's got some pretty cool special features. Black boots, leather whip is going to be like Bahia Blanca, and that's going to be a 1-disc Blu-ray set. 1-disc Blu-ray release, which is going to run for $24. So both of those are region-free. Lucio Fulci's Wars of the Year 2072. Why do I keep trying to put the word "last" in there? Is a 2-disc limited edition set, by the way, which is loaded with features. Holy crabs, a load of features. $20. It's a Region A release, so you will have to have a region-free player if you want to play that and you live outside of North America. Gamagar's Retribution is a 3-disc limited edition Blu-ray with slipcover plus CD. $36 region-free. A lot of features on this one here. I can't quite get behind why this one is so expensive, but maybe it's the cost of the rights or the cost of what it took to do the encoding. Joe D'Amato's Endgame. It's a fun title and a really cool cover. These like post-apocalyptic ones have some amazing covers on them. As a 2-disc limited edition plus CD, so that is $20. That one is Region A as well. Mark Savage's The Gunman is Blu-ray. It is $20. It is region-free, and it is an Intervision title. Rogerio Deodato's Raiders of Atlantis is a Blu-ray. It is a straightforward Blu-ray with $24. It is Region A locked. So it looks like all of the post-apocalyptic titles are Region A locked. They probably have a... well, we'll break down the price there. I want to do that there as well. So the next title is a $45 title. It is region free. Of course, it's a UHD, but they say region free, so I'm hoping that means region free for the Blu-ray as well. Is the 3-disc limited edition 4K Ultra HD Digipack with slipcover, and that, of course, as we know now, is Blood for Dracula, Paul Morrissey's, Andy Warhol's Blood for Dracula, with Udo Kier, and the mystery Blu-ray title, very limited 2-disc Blu-ray with an unpromotable slipcover, and in other words, something that they could get in trouble releasing as a slipcover in a store. So maybe something along the lines of like a Jaws 5 style. So as people think, like, is it Alien? So is Alien 2, the Terror one? Is it like the last Shark one that they keep saying it's not going to be? And of course it's not going to be. Or is it going to be like the Troll 3 one? I think they just announced the Troll 3 ones. And that one is going to be $32. So the features, I'm guessing, are going to be pretty good on that one as well. We're also getting a limited edition book. There's 400 copies of Claude Gerald's radioactive book After the World Ends. It runs at 252 pages. It is hardcover. There are 400 of them. 200 of them are in the Marauders bundle, and there will only be 200 that'll be for sale, and that will run us. Oh, don't you worry about that, man. Not at all. Everything helps the channel, John. So never be sorry. It was a cool sticker too. So there you go. It still helps. It really does. And it looks really good. I'm really looking towards this book. To be fair, Paul Morrissey probably wasn't looking towards the girls so much as he would have been looking towards Joe D'Alessandro, to be honest with you. Got to be some like eye candy for the girls and the guys too. So they tried a bit more even, and it was a different time. Master Chaos, it was a different time. The Nuclear Meltdown bundle limited 300. This bundle will include all 9 titles The Retribution will be signed by Guy McGarr and composer Alan Howarth. The Gunman one will be signed by director Mark Savage, which brings the price to $246. So let's go back. The book is not included with this bundle, just so you know. So very important to know. So let's do a price analysis on this one. Let's do a cost breakdown. So we got one at 28, one at 24, the next one at 28, next one at 36, next one at 28, next one at 20, next one at 24, next one at 45, and the next one at 32. So the complete price for all of those titles, if I've done this correctly, is going to would be if you bought every one of these separately, $265. And the bundle price is $246, which gives you a savings of $19. And that's not even putting into the cost. So, and this is the shocking part. I expected it to be more because Alan Howarth, if you've ever been to a convention, anybody here has ever been to like a convention, getting like composer Alan Howarth's like autograph alone would cost a lot more than that. So that really means that they have priced down this bundle. It seems like a lot, but it's actually cheaper than the price of the titles on their own, and that doesn't even include the autographs. So like the $19 savings. No, not too bad. Well, 11, dude, you're only off $8. So don't worry. But we also got to take into the fact that there are 3 autographs being put on there as well. So that should normally like put the price up even more than that, but it doesn't. And that's the amazing part when it comes to this. You still haven't got your stuff to ship, man. I hope it's already shipped and it just arrives in your door like the next day or so. Close to $400 shoe for me. It would be, and this is the reason I'm doing the. This is the reason you're going to see like my donation link for the last few days down on here. Would be $304 for me. Hey there, IB, welcome, man. So you're right on with the Marauders bundle. There you go. See, so you were right. You were just right on the wrong bundle, man. So we're looking at. I think I'd probably, yeah. So if I can, I'm doing up my math. I know what I have. I know what I need to get. All right. So those are the 2 bundles. Is anybody picking either one of those bundles? No, I haven't had anything hit with customs and with like I've heard some people have, but I've been lucky so far, Warlock, with Severin. No, I haven't done in the last, as you know, I didn't do the last 2 sales. That last 2 bundles they did. And you know the reason. 1, because I'm not that huge of a Milligan. I like Milligan, but I'm not that huge of a Milligan fan. And 2, because the books weren't available in North America. You're going for the meltdown. Wow. Okay, you're going for the big one. Sticking with the order towers. That's actually a good one. I used to do that. I did that most of the time too. Marauders bundle. The thing is, like, the killer part is the nuclear meltdown is not going to include the book. So if you're getting the nuclear meltdown, please know the book isn't included. So you're gonna have to go spend the extra $35 for that one. If you want to get the book, if the book is something that you're interested in. Last super action. Which way did he come through? Did he go through Mississauga or did he go through Vancouver first? Because I've been noticing a difference from some people that have actually told me. Usually, if they've come through Ontario first, then some of my friends haven't been getting hit. But if they come through BC first, then it takes longer when they do get hit. But that's just from some stuff that I heard. I couldn't be sure. That's what I'm thinking. If I can't get the bundle, then I'll try to cherry pick. We can. Well, we can do the add order last time too. You live Miss. I used to live Mississauga, Warlock. When I was a kid. And to give it like to kind of give it away to where I used to live at, it was the biggest apartment building, high rise in Mississauga. Yeah, that's right. You didn't like Cruel Jaws, did you? Which I find kind of ironic because you did a shark movie yourself. Though there's actual sharks in it. More than this. See, I like Robo War a lot. So that unpromotable one was actually was a good one for me. And I did like Shocking Dark too. But that's got to be stuff that you're down with. Like if you don't like them, then it like don't get them. Like if it's not gonna be your jam. But here's the thing: if you got the bones to do it, grab the and you can grab the Meltdown bundle. At the end of the day, Chaos you can flip them. They're going to be extremely limited releases, and if it's got a picture like we've seen on that was on Cruel Jaws, or one that came on to Robo War or Shocking Dark, easily flippable. Not that that's the thing. Night Killer, that's the one, right? Robo didn't have one, did it? Oh, yeah, no, because it got Robo. Okay. Talking to myself, guys. Night Killer had a great one. I would have loved to have the Night Killer one. And Night Killer was the best one yet. Out of the three of them, I love Night Killer. They've been pretty good with subscribers. When you become subscribers, like you hit this certain extra level of like it's true, I guess. Have you watched Master Cass's like Eurocrypt reviews of Christopher Lee set? I think the one that he liked best is the one that I got on my my Hemisphere horse set. Night Killer was insane. I love Night Killer. You got the triple threat of Bruno Mattei, Claudio Fragasso, and Rosabella Drudy. So whenever I see those names on the title, I know I'm going to like them. I'm going to have fun with it because they tend to have fun with their stuff. They don't take their stuff too seriously. Although he did take stuff pretty seriously, which is hard to believe in the movie Night Killer. But the recut by edit there by Bruno Mattei actually made it a little bit different. I'm sure you'll like it. Everybody's got different tastes. Like me and Master Cat's got a lot of different tastes when it comes to stuff like that. But with some of them, like we totally agree on. Torture Dungeon is actually one of those. You're supposed to say like them. Your better half, Master Chaos, bought you that set. You say that set is amazing. That's what you do. Yeah, it definitely felt like right away from like get my order, like the subscription was it was hard for me to do. So when I actually got it, and then I had and then I got the day after Master Chaos got his notification, I got mine, and he's a year subscriber. So I was like, oh, that's pretty good. And I said, oh, well, however long it takes here. And then 4 days later, it was at my door. So it takes us in our own way. That's true. That's true. But doesn't she watch your videos? No, but then again, if your better half's like me, no, not all the time, not very often. She has better things to do. Unless I actually go out and ask my better half to watch my video because it's something that I want recommendations on it before I put it out. She doesn't. With all the nuke and apocalyptic talk on the page, your mind is just racing for the mystery title. I wonder if it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be its own thing, so its own bag. So it's going to be something I think Master Chaos may not like. That's what I think. That's my honest thoughts on it. For shipping wise, over $100 in the US, over 150 Canadian. That's in US dollars, by the way, and which is about 180 in Canadian dollars. And all other countries, 200 US dollars and over. Now, last time the sale, we didn't have a free shipping like threshold. We'd had it previously. They had taken it last time, but it's nice to see that the free shipping tiers are back this year. They say they're raised every mid-year, but I think there was one sale. I'm not sure if it's the Black Friday sale or the mid-year sale, but one of them, we actually didn't have that at all. Hey there, Dustin. Welcome, man. I know how she feels. Nice. Let me know what you think, man. I'll be putting a review up soon for the televised Terror box set. Needless to say, please, God, put out a second televised Terror box set in the near future. I need it. See, I don't think a Bonnie Zog is, because they'd announce it. Like a Bonnie Zog is something they'd announce. Unpromotable means that it's something that they can announce. That, like, logistically, maybe for legal reasons, they can announce. And this $32 mystery title, I'm going to go out and I'm going to say this right now. When they say really limited, it's going to be like Bahia Blanca. It's something that is going to be for that weekend only. And if it does come back, it will come back without the slip. So Chef Factory put it behind his dog, yeah. Three so far, and I think somebody up there actually listed them because I got them wrong. But it was Shocking Dark, Night Killer, and Cruel Jaws, I think. I think the key here, guys, don't let yourself get too hyped. Thank you, Ryan. Yes, I did. I was very proud of that, actually. I had a bunch of people like message me at the same time that got announced about the Flesh for Frankenstein. I'm glad you like Be Able. That's a fantastic title. It's my personal favorite Franco film. It's not as like actiony or as the Diabolical Dr. Z or plot heavy, but I just really like the title itself. But there's a lot of stuff. When you're looking at the stuff that's coming out here, this is a packed sale. And for me, and I love Vinegar Syndrome. I love what they did with their sale. This sale here looks to be slightly more crowd-pleasing than the half-off sale. Did I know Synapse? No, I did not know Synapse Films had a podcast, but I'll check it out. Three new double features. Let's check that out, actually. Let's check out the Makeflix one. Well, you still got me here. Oh, okay. What do we got? Erica Jordan's Death Thumbs a Ride, Deadly Pickup. Model for Murder. I'm liking the covers. Erica Jordan, August Ames, and Christy Stevens. Cosmic Calendar Girls. Hey, like it's like a sequel to the Calendar Girl Murders. There you go, guys. And Strippers from Another World. I got a suspicion I know what type of titles these are. And who doesn't like a title of a film called Stacked Racks from Mars? And Lolita from Interstellar Space. There's a new Severin podcast out. I got to check that out actually tonight. I'm hoping that New World, don't lose hope. Hopefully, eventually, we'll get a release of Fright Night 2. Let's cover. Unfortunately, right now, sadly, there's been rights issues getting Fright Night 2 are out, and that may take some that yeah. Do you want to go over the Fright Night 2? What the issue with Fright Night 2 is? Does anybody know? uh, okay. So Fright Night 2 is plagued in limbo because of a true murder story. If you remember the Menendez brothers, who killed their parents, so Fright Night 2 was put out by the father that was actually killed. Uh, so that's the reason. The Menendez brothers is the reason that Fright Night 2 is not out. Yeah, like it was their father that like put it, like that produced it, and they may have some. I'm not quite sure what their hold on the rights are for that film, but hopefully eventually they'll sell it, and it'll eventually get out there. You watch Sex Row. Sex Row is a good film. Kay Parker is actually really good now. She does a really good job. Because yes, adult films do have good acting in them. Sometimes you just got to look for the right actors. Look for people like Jamie Gillis, for instance, or what's his name, Paul Thomas. But Paul Thomas is like an incredible like musician. He's like a savant when it comes to music. Yeah, unfortunately, that was the year of the whole thing. So he did, he produced films, and he produced Fright Night 2. At the time, there was like a whole big deal about it. See, there's a bunch of films coming out this summer, and they were being pushed through Lay's potato chips. So Fright Night 2, I think Vibes, and like a couple other films anyway. So they all had like stickers. They all each had like 2 to 3 different like stickers from the film for the film, promoting the film with them potato chips at that point. I used to collect them actually. It would make an amazing special feature, wouldn't it? It's like I said with Blackenstein. It's like not the greatest film, but the story behind it is actually fascinating. On another slightly controversial topic, Jeepers Creepers has been sold outright. Like all in all, the character, the whole thing is gone from Salvo, which I think is a good thing. But and they're doing one like without him. I'm still not sure how I feel about it, but for people that actually were into it and wanted to get it, like there you go. Oh, the adult films from the 70s and 80s really not only did they have like overall pretty much better acting, but they needed to, because unlike now where there's like the heavy, especially in the 70s, where there's like in the early 80s, where there's a heavy like home video market and there's like online and your computer and all that type of stuff. Back then, you really needed a theatrical release, and if you could double your money on one of the adult releases by having not just a regular adult film, which you could go bring into like certain adult cinemas, but if you could take the adult scenes or at least cut them down and do like a softer version that could go into like legitimate cinemas and could make their way into cable television, then that will be a way to actually like double, sometimes triple the money that you would make on a regular feature. So that'd be something that you had to think about. Then, as as the 80s wore on, and compilation titles and whatever, and the internet eventually came on, it became less of a big thing. Did you really hate Charlie Brewster? Come on, man. You're so cool, Brewster. I love Exactly. Censorship was so high back then, by the way, guys, that it wasn't just like you could be censored. It was the fact like you could be making a film, a, the police could break down your door and they could arrest you. It was really a maverick time and would make for a fantastic documentary, actually. Frogman. Oh, it's gonna be hard to get O.J. Simpson in now. Although there are O.J. Simpson films out there, like Towering Inferno's got O.J. Simpson in it. The Naked Gun films. Have a great evening, man. Look forward to those videos with the website stuff because I'll be making some notes. So make sure you check it out, guys, and check out the video that he did earlier on today because it's really good. Oh yeah, and I guess scenes were added into films. There are certain scenes. What was it? The one that I watched, was it Evils of the Night? That they had it like an adult actress. It wasn't like an adult scene or anything like that, but it was just like a nude scene. They needed a nude scene for Evils of the Night, so they had that to it. So I'm checking a movie that I'd like to see get a Blu-ray release. My go-to answer used to be Fade to Black, but now that has got one. So my go-to answer right now is Alone in the Dark, directed by Jack Shoulder, starring Martin Landau, Jack Palance, and Donald Pleasance. A great film, excellent little title. A secondary one another one that I would like to see get a release, and you've seen the guy on the channel, is Jamie Blanks' film. Like, they got a really good like North American Blu-ray release. I really, really want to see and I'm just, God, am I blanking today? I am totally blank today, guys. It is so hot here. It is so freaking hot here. Storm warning. I wouldn't mind last weekend actually either getting like a good release. See, I had to go look. As you can see, right? See, I had to go look. I had to go look up Jamie Blanks for this one. I'm so hot. It is like stifling. It's like, I'm going to put myself back on the screen so you can see me. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I am sweating like crazy. Ginger Lynn, thank you. It was an Evils of the Night. And who does not love Ginger Lynn? You know, I'm sweating when I had to look up, like, especially Jamie Blanks. Jamie, I'm sorry, man. It's just one of those days. He directed Urban Legend. He directed the two that I just looked up because I'm melting here. He also directed Valentine, which is a fantastic and underrated release. Ralph Garman's is really good, actually. He dated Lucky Bastard. Ginger Lynn is like, I'm sorry, if you've ever seen like oh man. And she still looks gorgeous. She still looks gorgeous. And Ginger Lynn back in that day, there was nobody better. I'm from that era. All right. But all that being said, before I melt into a puddle on this floor, I am Aaron. Thank you, Ryan. Have I seen Puzzle? Oh, that sounds familiar. When was that done? Let me look it up because it sounds familiar. Before I go, because it sounds like I have seen it. 74? 74 is a good year when it comes to a lot of that stuff. Puzzle. Oh, this looks familiar. Berger. Roberto Rossini. Anita Stringberg, right? Yeah. Okay. Yes, I have. I don't remember it, man. But is it getting released, or is it just something that you want released, or is it got to release? Hey there, Richard. But yeah, I have seen it. I don't remember right now, but I will definitely. Well, so with all that being said, I'm melting. I am Aaron. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you, John and Ryan, for your generous donations. Really, 100% appreciate that. It does help the channel out more than you can imagine. VCI, just put it. I love VCI. Be sure to check out Just to This. Did a video on Vinegar Syndrome recently. Make sure you check that out. See More Movies has done a great great one as well. There's been some amazing stuff come out from, of course, from Sterling Midnight as always, and of course, always look for Cobwebs and all the great, fantastic YouTubers that are out there that I'm forgetting right now because I'm melting. I do apologize. You're all do great stuff. I am Aaron. I super need tea. Hey there, Flip. Check out Flip's channel. He does some amazing stuff. And if you have not checked out Fat Samurai, you really should, because he does some incredible stuff, and he does a versus thing every week that you guys have to check out. But right now, I swear I'm losing weight by the second, because this is like a hot box in here today. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you soon right here. Probably tomorrow. More than likely tomorrow. You know it's going to be tomorrow in the Cinema.